All right, for the part everybody want to know why I left that job. So I left because I had been there so long. I knew what it was, and I knew what it was starting to turn to. And I seen people who was in better positions than me leave before, and it grabbed my curiosity on why would somebody leave a job this good? It's been everything to me. That was really the first thing that grabbed my attention because I instantly started asking myself what they know I don't know. And I went down that journey paying attention even harder. So that was the first thing that grabbed my attention. The second main thing was it wasn't about having little hiccups with truck driving. Stuff happen on the road. Companies gonna write you up either way it go, and labor is preventable. You a truck driver, everything fall on you. So that just come with it. So that's not nothing. But the main thing about that was the beginning of last year, a money cut came, and like I said, I was doing 6 days a week. If I haven't told you, I end up working 6 days a week to maximize the engine to see what I can get out of it, and everything was by the book. Nothing was out of the ordinary. It was just what they was allowing us to do since I got there. So anyway, working 6 days a week, grinding hard. At that moment, I knew I was sacrificing time for my family, but I wasn't tripping because I was trying to help and pay stuff off. I knew I was getting tired, not physically, but mentally tired of the limbo and the obstacles that they place on you. And that's just strictly company policy. This ain't got nothing to do with DOT. This is just straight company policy, but they'll mask it up with DOT. That's how a lot of companies do it and make you think it's DOT, but it really companies. But anyway, so yeah, I had the money situation, and I did everything I'm thinking you're supposed to do. Speaking to the right people that's hired to do those things, dealing with management changes and employees' concerns, but it didn't go well. I learned that most HR reps, it's just a job to them. They don't. I'm not gonna say most. Some HR reps don't take it serious. It's a check to them. Unless it's something they'll force, I ain't gonna say for it, unless it's something they want to take the time out to dive into, they don't really have to take it serious no matter if that's what they job for. So I experienced that for the first time when I spoke up. Because normally I don't speak up, I just stay to myself. But it was dealing with the one thing I was there for, which was the money. So I called myself speaking up. It didn't go well. Narratives was changed when they spoke to the person that it was about versus what I had to say. So that was one strong. That was the real first strong pillar. The other stuff just grabbed my attention. This was the strong pillar for me to know I'm giving so much. And then when I speak on how I'm giving so much and I've been doing this just to hear the feedback from what the other side said, I was like, y'all pretty much took their word over mine, and clearly y'all didn't look into it because everything is recorded. They have records of your laws and your pay and everything. So when I got the feedback from the powers at hand telling me what they was told, I was like, y'all gonna go for that? So that was the first thing. And the fact that I had the audacity to speak up, you gonna feel the tension. You gonna see how they looking at you and acting around you. I'm not a fool. So that what really the first pillar was. Over time, throughout the shortly after that period, you start seeing other stuff. First, my pay changed before anything. That was the bad thing. Then I started seeing emails about other people not working and not giving the time they supposed to give to keep the benefits and stuff up. It really made me mad. Then y'all messing with me. Why y'all have problems with other people working and I'm giving y'all my all, sacrificing it all. So that was the next thing that made me mad. Y'all still asking for more people to give more, but I'm giving my all. So that rubbed me the wrong way. Then later on, I had more questions about why is it being enforced widely now. You spoke to me and said what you said to me about I'm making too much and I don't want to get red flags on you and stuff from the real upper powers. My thing was, hey, is other people still working? I don't see you slowing them down. Why I'ma slow down? So I kind of didn't go with it. I kept doing what I was doing because I knew I wasn't doing that wrong. But just to see that they come out later on and really try to enforce it months later, I was like, dang, y'all cut my pay. So that felt personal. But that's neither here nor there. That's just me living in the eye of the storm, feeling that way. And then little more petty stuff came after that when trying to find reasons to, write me up and stuff about it. That's the straw that broke the camel back. So I really got mad about that. And then, fast forward to me doing my taxes that same year, the following year for that year, to see that, hey, as long as I didn't make over 175, I was getting taxes back. Soon as I hit the 214, no matter how much I was getting taken out of my check, I didn't change any of that. I still was about to pay taxes. I was on the verge of paying taxes. If it wasn't for my lifestyle and my kids and stuff, I'd be paying taxes as far as my knowledge go. And then another thing, I wanted to explore the benefits of making income through a EIN versus making the income through my social. I never got to experience that. So I wanted to check that out too, but that's a side note. That ain't really the main thing. The other stuff was the main thing. So that's what really drove me to leave, and the policies, the inconsistency, the changing the information when it benefit them versus your benefit and what you giving, to see other people still thriving while they trying to slow you down. So, little stuff like that really would just rub me the wrong way. And I felt like the effort that I'm putting in, I might as well put it in for myself. Why sit up here and let somebody continue to change the landscape? If I'm gonna have to deal with a landscape change, I'd rather the economy force me to deal with it versus a individual doing it for their own personal gain. So yeah, that's the real stuff about it. And then the effects of all this was, after I left, it was the mental shift. It hit hard. Even though I had planned and say prepared for this day, worked like a fool to pay stuff out so I wouldn't be sitting out with a heavy overhead after the fact, it still was a mental shift I wasn't prepared for. I didn't know I'd be on some, oh man, I supposed to be at work. I'm stressing out mentally because I'm so used to doing this same thing, same routine. Even though I wanted the freedom, when I got it, it was still a shocker. Like, I'm really free, but I'm so used to going back and forth to work, it feel funny. So that was crazy. That lasted about 2 weeks. Me stressed out, and it really wasn't the stress. Stress ain't the word. I guess it'd be anxiety about it. I was tripping. And then slowly after that went away. Me being at home with my kids every day, it started showing me their character, which I had good kids. It was just about, there's a lot of characteristics I wanted them to have from me personally that they wasn't displaying. So me dealing with trying to, double down on them, why I know they looking at it like, oh, daddy being mean or daddy different, daddy being funny. No, daddy don't want y'all to be spoiled and not take advantage of your opportunity. Daddy don't want y'all to grow up and be lost when y'all get outside. Meaning when y'all leave the nest, leave the house, y'all so used to people doing for y'all and giving y'all stuff without putting effort into it. You're gonna be lost when you get out there in the real world. I understood that. That part of why I think I done had the edge on the things I've been able to do my whole life. I've been had to figure it out at an early age. So that's the real advantage I got. But I want my kids to experience it too, even though they lifestyle different. So that's a big thing that made me see what I was sacrificing. That's a bad effect. I ain't like that at all. Then my body, man, after I was able to really start getting 8 hours of sleep, to tell you the truth, I wasn't even dreaming. I didn't never remember a dream. Since I've been out this time, I've been dreaming and everything, having crazy dreams, good dreams. I can't even tell you how often I had dreams like this before. It had to be years ago because I can't remember even dreaming like I do now. So my body really, I can tell my body getting rest it needed. I was ignoring a lot. I don't even know how I was doing it. Now I'm sitting back chilling. I know I can do it again because that's just how I think, but going through this experience, I don't even know how I was doing it to feel like I'm this tired. It just be random days sitting at the house, I'm getting sleepy. Like, but let me take me a little nap. I ain't never been able to take no little nap without having to worry about somebody waking me up, phone or alarm clock going off, because I got to be to work by a certain time so I won't get a late dispatch. So that was another effect of all this stuff. What else I done experienced? Oh, another effect was I can honestly look at what all I've done up to this point and feel good about, and I've shown myself that my first thought was good. for me to just stack up, invest, buy all the little tools, buy all the necessary stuff, clothes, shoes. Like, yeah, I got a lot of shoes and stuff, so I don't really have to buy any of that stuff. So all that look like preparation to me at this point. I don't have to worry about that. So that was a good thing, you know, to be able to pat myself on the back finally, because ain't nobody gonna really do it. You gonna have to do it yourself, at least where I'm coming from. And you know, your loved ones gonna do it, the ones you already know love you. So, you know, it means a lot, but it ain't that strong because they there to support you. But when you can see the results, that hit big, and I'm able to see the results right now. So that was a great positive effect. But again, don't think it gonna come easy. It take discipline and understanding and preparation. People making that kind of money, they'll blow it quickly and then look up and have nothing at this point. I was preparing because I didn't want that to be me, and I still don't want that to be me today. That's why I say we gonna find out what I really did together. But other than that, what other effects I can talk about? My family outside, my kids and my at-home family. My family outside of that, they haven't seen me in so long. Like, they see me now. I go to my mama's house every day now. And it more for me. I be feeling like a kid. I go to my mama's house and get stuck. I be there for hours. Been on, took a bath, went to sleep. She done cook. I'm feeling like a kid again. I ain't had none of this in a long time. My body changing. Now I'm getting that home cooked meal I growed up off of. So, you know, that's the type of stuff that I was forfeiting, that I didn't realize was so big at the time, because I was so tunnel vision and driven on what my goal was. So it was little stuff like that that I can't believe, you know. It's a shocker. The relationship with my brother and my sister, you know. To be able to go see my grandmama, you know, to go see my uncles, and to be able to do all these things without having to worry about a time limit or rush. I'm able to do stuff around the house that I used to have to fight. Oh man, do I handle this task, or do I, you know, forfeit the task and let it just keep piling on? Because every hour I take, it take away from my sleep, which gonna make me have to drive sleep, and that's the worst feeling in the world to me. Driving on them roads, feeling sleepy, feeling fatigued. It hurt. Not even, I'm talking about it literally, it hurt my body. I'm not good trying to move and focus like that when I'm really sleepy. It don't go well with me. I really be kind of, I won't say angry, but I be grumpy when I wake up. I can't do nothing about it. It's just my natural behavior. It take me a little time to get myself together when I first wake up. So, that's not a problem right now. But yeah, though, but they serious. You know, all this stuff was really in my experience. But let me think of any other effects before I end this one. And this right here, you know, I didn't feel like I needed to do this. I didn't feel like I had the time to do any of this, to explore different avenues. Like I said before, my creativity coming back. Me stepping out and taking chances on things. Because the system I was in, it was seniority based. So you gon', you know, that's a good thing, but also I see the effects of that. You chasing this seniority thing, knowing the longer I stay, it pretty much put you in competition with others. And you know, some people feel like they can't wait till people leave me. I just took what came with me. I ain't care about that. It was money out there. I mean, I'm not about to worry about what another man doing. It is what it is. As long as I'm getting what I want out the deal, I'm good. So, you know, that was a whole nother thing right there. And then another effect is, boy, the attention you have, you don't know you have. A lot of narratives and opinions coming while you making the money doing good and when you ain't making the money doing good. A lot of relationships been affected when I started doing good. And a lot of relationships start rekindling now that you step away from it. So honestly, a lot of people don't even know I did all this. That's why I'm bringing it here. They're going to have to find out this way, because I'm not about to answer no question when people call me. That ain't for me. I feel like those people just knows and trying to have something to talk about. So I'm going to give it to the world versus an individual to change my narrative. So that's another effect. The effect of all this is you're going to have to pay attention to who really in your corner and who really around you to benefit from it. It don't bother me because I know how I get down, but yeah, that's another effect on both sides. The come up and the transition. You got to keep certain people from around you. Their opinions cloud your judgment. I know that. That's why I don't really listen to opinions. That's why I make my moves and then explain what I did after the fact. So yeah, those are pretty much in a nutshell of what I want to cover on this short video, even though I don't went almost 16 minutes. But like I say, I'm doing all this to see what I can do with it, leave my message out there, leave my, some guidance for people who need help. And most importantly, I need my kids to know what I went through and what I did and why I always try to have an option for them to take. The first option on creating is the trucking. If I do right with it, they'll have something they can walk into without having to go through the company. I teach them myself and let them take over. But that's the end of that. Like I say, y'all responses, subscribing and likes gonna make me know if I'm doing something good, mentoring people the right way or whatever you want to call it. That's gonna be what I'm judging this off of. So that's the end of this video. I'm about to try to do another one.